G'day guys, how's it going? This is Broadcasting Because with the second half of the month of April on Pompey's road to the top. We've got 3 matches down and 3 to go in this month, and in this episode we'll be coming up against Nottingham Forest, Blackpool, and then rounding out the month against Cardiff City as we charge towards promotion and our aim for the playoffs. Now, our contests against Nottingham Forest this year had been pretty close and well contested, so I wanted to make sure that they knew we were gunning for them this time round, and we were going to accept no less than the 3 points from this match. We're fielding just about our full-strength lineup with Jamie Mackie, Agming Badu, Chris Jeg and Ward forming the 4 in the midfield, as well as fronting men in Eric Husseklep and Luke Varney. Now, Luke Varney was good early on in this game. He found it pretty straightforward to penetrate their defence with a lovely display of skill and tried to pass it across to Agming Badu, which was a certain tap-in goal just about if their defender hadn't put his body in the way. Now, chances were pretty difficult to create as Nottingham Forest did step up the game. We probably did most of the attacking for the first half hour, creating a couple of half-decent chances. Varney plays a lovely 1-2 with Emmanuel Agming Badu, gets the curler away, looking for that top corner, but this time Camp was up to the effort and takes it with both hands. And right on the stroke of half-time, Jamie Mackie does well to regather and gets the second play in. Unfortunately, their defenders do clear it out, and at half-time we go level peggings at 0, which is probably a fair result, although we did have the bulk of the attacking movements in that first half. We start off the second half really well. Win lovely dribbling skills around Lynch and blasting into the penalty area, circling ball towards Eric Husseklep as well, but it is cleared away. Their defence really step up their game, Nottingham Forest. It had been a lot easier to get forward in the first half, I should say, than it was in the second. Toke came on for Ishmael Miller to try and spice things up for the Nottingham Forest attack, but it was us continuing to pile the pressure on their defence. Jamie Mackie was away with a lovely controlling touch, through one-on-one with the keeper, but gets taken out. Referee, open your eyes. Where is the penalty? He got none of the ball whatsoever. Look, where does he get the ball there? He gets absolutely none of it, and for some reason we do not get a penalty. I bring on Benjani and Dave Norris for Joel Ward and Luke Varney to try and start something, and the same thing happens again. Tell me, where does he get the ball here? Where does he get the ball? He doesn't get the ball. None of it. And we get out. They get let off the hook again where we should have had a penalty. I bring on Greg Halford for win. We have a free kick, but nothing comes of it. It goes straight into the wall. And the final attack of the game is had by Dave Norris, but the keeper just gets fingertips to it and parries it away. And at full time, the 3 points has gone absolutely begging. We should have won that by a handful of goals, but we could not find the back of the net, and the referee was not on our side either. And then after the game, I opened my inbox to find that Eric Husseklep has a pulled hamstring and will be out for a 7-day period. He'll miss our game against Blackpool, in which we so need him. And then someone has a go at me about playing Sam Magri as well. Well, after that result against Nottingham Forest, I was not happy one bit, because I felt that we deserved so much more than the solitary point against those guys. And to make matters worse, due to things like stamina issues and the injury to Eric Husseklep, I was forced to rest so much of our starting 11 for this match against Blackpool. And oh, to make it better, it's in the rain. Let me sum this game up for you. Cross, dive, and then half-time. The thing that I hate most about playing in the rain is that chances just go out the window, ball control goes out the window, and that the only thing the computer does is cross the ball and hold on to the ball. Pretty much creating a chance in this game was impossible for us until finally, at long last, we get our penalty. Thank you, referee. He brought his contacts today, and this is pretty much a clear-cut penalty. Martin gets chopped out from behind, running through on goal by the last man. You would think it would be a red card, but it doesn't matter because we have our goal. Jamie Mackie converts the penalty and we are in front against Blackpool at home as well. We just need to get this game out of the way and get the 3 points in the bank. They bring on Julie DePrado, they're signing from Southampton, and I bring off Jamie Mackie for Benjani because as far as I'm concerned, if we're going to have any chance of making or playing well in the promotion playoffs, we are going to need Jamie Mackie at his fittest and at his best. And from the 80th minute mark on, Blackpool had just about given up by this point. I don't think they felt like they had a chance for getting back into the game, and our last effort came through Kelvin Atuhu, but the ball just got got knocked away from between his legs, and the final whistle went of one of the most frustrating games of the season. But thankfully we get the 3 points thanks to that Jamie Mackie conversion of the penalty in the 50th minute, and we get the 1-0 win at home. Well, for our third and final match of the episode and our sixth and final match of the month, we come up against Cardiff City away from home. These guys are sitting at 13th on the table. They're now out of qualification for the promotion playoffs. Their season is pretty much over at this point, and we're looking to now capitalise on their lack of morale to try and force ourselves into a position where we can fight hard for promotion in the playoffs. We start off relatively well going forward. Benjani breaks forward, gets a cracking shot away, and forces a diving save from the keeper. And I tell you what, Palos was pretty tested there actually. His reflexes were really put to the test, and he passed that one quite well. Brickett, who was a good signing I think from Brighton Hove Albion, fires in a free kick, but thankfully for us nothing came of it, and we looked to come back at them quickly on the counter-attack. George Friend, who's been a very nice pickup from the January transfer window, goes through but gets a push in the back and gets nudged off the ball. No real cries for a penalty, but I wouldn't have complained if we'd have got one. Again, our defence was put under all this pressure from crossing, just constant crossing from the PC. It seems to be all they can do at times, and we go into half-time at 0-0. We just need a goal. We need something to spark us to life, and stop! Can you feel it? No, you're not Tim Cahill. Talk about arriving on cue. Benjani, out of nowhere, puts the ball in the back of the net just when we need it, and that's it. From this point, we've got the game. They've got no morale. It's not like they're going to cross the ball in and score, despite the fact that Pearce and Gentiletti are sandwiching a guy like Rawls in the 58th minute. Yeah, so basically they levelled the score in the 58th minute with Rawls. Well, while I was still trying to comprehend how a guy like Rawls beat both Pearce and Gentiletti to the ball, they brought on McPhail, and I brought on Martin to try and add some pace to our attack. Luke Varney turns and unleashes a demonous shot, seeking for that top corner, but it doesn't quite have enough curl on it, and it just cannot bring itself back into line with the goal. They got a bit ahead of themselves, Cardiff City, and pushed a lot more men forward, and we tried to exploit them on the counter-attack. Benjani sweeps the ball into the path of Emmanuel Akinmengbadu, who outpaces Gerrard, but gets caught up too by the last defender, and the last man puts himself between Akinmengbadu and the ball to see it out for a corner. Unfortunately, nothing comes of it. Halford comes on for Wynn to try and just do something, and for the last attack of the game they swung the ball in, but it didn't trouble Palos, and at the end of the game the scores remained at 1-1, and yeah, it was yet another game that we probably should have pushed on to get the 3. We were in front and then we threw it away, and to make matters worse I get an email box full of bad news. Well, it was good news to start with. Adam Webster's returned from his loan spell at Macclesfield, but then we get 2 bad news emails. First of all, Paul Pogba has gone back to Manchester United. I did not know that the loan deals expired before the end of our season. We still have 1 game and possibly promotion playoffs to play, and Christier goes back to Inter Milan as well. So that pretty much takes 2 big players out of our midfield. Paul Pogba, I know he hasn't had too much of a run, but still would have been good to have him even as squad cover going into, well, hopefully going into promotion playoffs. But guys, this is the important bit. This is how the league ladder stands of the Npower Championship with 1 game to play in the season. Portsmouth Football Club are at 6th position, and as it stands, by 1 point, we will be in the promotion playoffs. But there is still 1 team standing in our way.